attitude of him, towards an inferior person was violent. He wanted to kill the dog. Okay.
Violent इसलिए था ना क्योंकि
Killing a dog.
Real violent था वो था ना.
To kill dog. He wanted to punishment to give
Punishment
मतलब
मिला,
ये
punishment मिला.
kill करने के लिए तो दिया है ना. Shoot your beloved dog.
अबे ऐसे this as a punishment. हाँ मैं समझ गया बात समझ
कुत्ता तो
गया.
मरेगा ना. It is violence towards the dog.
ठीक है मैं समझ गया.
Towards the dog. A dog is also a living being. Punish your daughter.
Punish your dog.
Fine, but it was violence towards the dog, wasn't it?
Yes. Okay. So do you think that Nirmala was basically a violent person? Karan Chopra, knowing that, just encourage that?
I feel that Nirmala is responsible. She knew very well that her family is traditionally based.
Yeah.
So she should, first of all, she should not make any boyfriends.
Soon after the exam, the class 11 students of Ramjas Public School, R.K. Puram, New Delhi, participated in a 3-day workshop under the program Vidya, voluntary initiative towards the development of youth awareness. Vidya, conducted by a group of young professionals, aims at making these future decision makers more sensitive to the world around them.
देख लेना क्या पढ़ रहा हूँ मैं. देख परेशान मत कर तू मेरे को पढ़ने दे.
मैं तो करती हूँ. तू मुझसे क्यों नहीं बात करता है? कभी भी नहीं मुझसे बात करता.
मेरे पास टाइम नहीं था बात करने के लिए. तेरे तो एग्जाम खत्म हो गए, मेरे तो है ना.
तू तो मुझसे बात करेगा. मैं वरना मम्मी से कहती हूँ. मैं कुछ
तू मेरी बुक दे दे पहले. मेरी बुक दे दे पहले. मेरी बुक दे.
ले जा. मैं जा रही हूँ यहाँ से. अपनी बहन को देखो कितना पढ़ती है. खानदान का नाम रोशन कर रही है. तुमने तो सारा नाम मिट्टी में डुबो दिया. सब एक तरह के नहीं होते माँ. मैं नहीं पढ़ सकती. अगर आपको इसमें रहना तो नहीं निकाल दीजिए मुझे. क्यों नहीं पढ़ सकती तुम? नहीं क्यों? वो भी तो तुम्हारी बहन है. गेम से अच्छी है. गेम से अच्छी बस. गेम से अच्छा कोई खास बात नहीं है. पढ़ाई में अच्छा होना चाहिए. चुप रह. काटन बोलती रहती है. तुमने उसको क्यों मारा? उसकी क्या गलती है? गलती तुम्हारी है. माँ अब बीच में मत बोलो. वो मेरी छोटी बहन है. ज्यादा ऊंचा बोला मैं थप्पड़ मार दूंगी. आप क्या थप्पड़ मारोगे? काटन घूमते दो. मत मार मुझे. क्यों ना मारूं? गलती तुम्हारी है. ऐसे लड़ाई खेल रही है. हालत देखो इसकी. माँ से बोलने की तमीज नहीं है तुम्हें. आपको है? आप प्यार से नहीं बोल सकते मुझसे? प्यार से मैंने तुम खेत सारे कितनी बार समझाया. मैं नहीं सुनती आपकी कोई. जा रही हूं. कहां जा रही हो? जा रही हूं. की कोई शर्म है कि नहीं? सारा दिन बस इधर जा रही हूं, मैं उधर जा रही हूं. पढ़ना लिखना कुछ है नहीं. सारा दिन सोच पढ़ती रहोगी. बस आप खुश. एग्जाम में इतने गंदे मार्क्स लाती हो. मैं तुम्हें देने भर का भी नहीं आता है. आपको समझ आया? मैं नहीं कर सकती. बस सारे डॉक्टर.
In the meanwhile, those who were violent, just think of one thing. Do you regret?
अरे क्या तूने टक्कर लाई? बाबूजी क्यों मार रहे हो? मेरी गलती है बाबूजी. अबे तू मेरे सामने आ रहा है. बाबूजी सब मार रहे हैं. क्या बात है? आओ सब मारो. ठीक है. मैं और मेरे दोस्त खड़े हैं वहाँ पे. तो मेरा दोस्त मुझसे.
अबे यार चल बचाते हैं यार. ये तो साइकिल वाले की गलती नहीं है.
अबे यार पिटने दे. हमारा क्या जा रहा है? हम तो ट्राई करने दे यार. पढ़ते हैं. चल घर चल के. चल ओके बाय.
You get violent with your brother. तो उसको रिग्रेट नहीं करते कभी. तो जस्टिफाइड लगता है. कभी मौका लगता है.
यार बाद में लगता है कि बेकार मार दिया. लेकिन तेरे कभी सॉरी नहीं कहता. अगर अगली बार वही सिचुएशन आती है तो फिर वही कर दो.
I don't.
You don't.
No. Yeah, sometimes I do. When I get too violent, like when and
के बाद बुरा तो लगा. After that I made up my mind कि अगर किसी को पिटता देखो मैं जरूर मारूंगा. मतलब मारूंगा उसको मारूंगा. मेरी बात. सर नेक्स्ट टाइम अगर हुआ सर गरीब a fault I mean you.
अगर तुझे कैसे पता नहीं वो कभी
How assertive are we in a group? When the sun and then the moon move out, do the stars come shining through?
Both of them are equally responsible.
She had made an image of herself as being a fast girl, so anybody can comment on her. Yeah,
Okay, but still, you shouldn't exceed the limit of speaking, You can't just speak anything in front of,
I think that both are responsible in their own ways.
I think that the sports captain should not be expelled for that because Mutha encouraged him by laughing and all this. So,
And I think the head boy should deal with it personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
I
at
think
least
not
level.
creating a
At
big
least
issue,
level.
we can, what we can do is, we can ask the sports captain to personally go and feel sorry for it.
Okay, Sujana just come out and Ritush just come out and come out. Yeah, you continue.
You know that sports boy is popular in the school. Nobody is going to believe that Mudha because she's a fast.
He's not to be taken very quickly to be the
He's
case
not-
of giving a dog a bad name and hanging him. You got to know at least what they said to each other because who knows, she may be.
she had laughed at him, but she had taken it in a relaxed manner. If the words were very, she could have stopped him. Why didn't she do that? I mean, that's her fault.
It's because it's her personality is like that. She
So,
would
she
have
has
made
made
her-
That's her
mistake.
personality. She encouraged that. I mean, there is something in that girl like she's.
She must be wrong somewhere.
She is wrong somewhere.
Okay, one thing. Now you just come out and carry on talk.
I mean that everyone is too much against her. At least you should hear her point of view. She has complained. There must be some reason for her complaining. And everybody says because she is a fast girl, she's not to be trusted. But maybe
she
because
is
the
right.
sports captain is popular doesn't mean that he has a perfect character. He has done it with her today. He may do it with someone else tomorrow. That's what I feel.
Maybe Mudha has made her character like image in the school like that.
She had made her image like that.
trust her. No one would trust her. But maybe she is right, correct. We should talk to them.
I also agree with her. I feel that both of them are to be blamed and there should be an agreement.
Both are to be blamed, but he is a sports captain. He is a sports teacher. She can't. Sports captain. He's bigger than, elder than him. Elder than him. But she can't say. She just can't slap him or say something.
If she thinks he's wrong, he's complaining it, she can do it.
I feel bad about it because being a sports captain, he's supposed to be a very responsible
Yes,
and
he
outright
must be a
person who's supposed to react in such a way in the first place. That is his mistake.
अब वो बताओ कि ग्रुप डायनामिक्स में आपने क्या ऑब्जर्व किया और बताओ कुछ फॉल्ट क्या डिसीजन क्या था फाइनल इट इज नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट राइट
It was not the whole group's decision, like.
व्हाट हैपेंड आफ्टर लेट्स से फर्स्ट सुजाना एंड रितुश्री वाज टू कम आउट
Then Ramapriya started speaking. Mayank and Ramapriya then started speaking.
what do you
Sir, it would have been good if all of them had stated their opinion earlier. Sir, first asked this one.
Yes, sir.
And then after that, sir, many were surprised by others.
what about both of you what did you think
It's better we don't do it.
no it's not something about your I mean you don't feel bad about anything it's just a process we're just trying to bring out certain points so you say what you felt
So it was like everybody was trying to fight in the beginning, and then when we came out, it was like same thing. Like views were coming out, other issues on the same matter, and further when the people came out, they left out with they had to talk about it. So
we had to talk about it because all of you are talking okay that's the important point left out people had to talk
When we were there, I mean, there was decision that girl is responsible. But when we came out, I think that Ramapriya put a point that maybe that sports captain is wrong. He is
slightly more newer viewpoints came out we found that two more people then came out as the major spokesmen of the whole thing. Let's call them the second part of the moon
बाकी सारे
what we did is mildly a class. People who were left out, people who had to talk. What were they? A star. They were the stars. One is the sun and the moon moved out. The stars.
the observers of the superstar. Observers of the planets. Observers planet.
large mob is gathered, and many people in that mob feel differently. But always, usually, it will be 2-3 people, the son, who will always be taking the roles of, taking on group decisions, and we feel the group feels this way, and so let's do this. Finally, what will happen is if those 2 sons are taken out, or those people are taken out, substantially new viewpoints come out. The assertive you should be there in every discussion that happens. Every final decision that comes out must have your input.
Which group did this one? Okay. The come.
What is the consequence of all this? So the first thing we did was to make a question mark. We took up basically different issues, like in this we tried to think about that temple issue, about communalism.
Did you feel that this particular issue was violent only because it ended up in a lot of violence? Why do you feel this particular issue was violent?
Because I think this particular issue is violent because there's a lot of violence involved in it. This is a cartoon, like how people fight for the throne. Ultimately, like
Our headache is violence leads to miseries, and we have a cutting here. Aman का इंतजार है, we have put question marks because nobody knows कि कब अमन आएगा. We have a cutting of the temple issue. We have also taken the violence between among the African whites, the whites and the blacks, and we have taken this. ये आग पाकिस्तान को जला देगी.
what Pakistan is doing towards India.
No, and basically what Indian people have in their mind for Pakistan, they really hate.
And then we also have taken up a cutting of people walking on the wrong track, as we have written out there. Yeah. That cutting. Just showing the people how they easily get influenced by it and they walk on the wrong track.
Okay, so what is the violence in that? Is it the fact that the people are walking on the wrong track, or the fact that they are being influenced?
They are being influenced.
It's all bloodshed, and various people die. It's only skulls left, all bodies left all over, and people are left miserable. People are dying, they're wounded, they're injured. So violence doesn't bring anything else except
misery and bloodshed. I think a lot of the groups believe that, or at least have portrayed violence as being a bloody act. I mean, something that's ending up in killing or in sort of destruction, in bloodshed.
Thing is done soon, the world will come to stop.
Who do you think can do something about it?
it's all the people.
It's the mentality of the people which has to be changed.
Who can change? People
We
really
have
can
to
change.
change.
Discussion like this can change. If we take the discussion, if we take violence like we have violence, and we really go to grassroots level, the 31 or 21 people we have here will tell the children, will tell the future generation, and this is how it should be.
Mass discussions, communication.
Just get back to our collage, what we have tried to do, your collages are great, and definitely violence also means bloodshed, and it means, at least the first thing that comes to our mind when we think of violence is bloodshed and मार-धाड़, उसने इसको मार दिया, उसने यहाँ पे communal riot हो गया, यहाँ पे कुछ और हो गया. That's the first thing that comes to our mind. But what we try to do was really talk of the more subtler forms of violence, something that's not so obvious. Okay? For our group, I think Arjun will, Sunita will explain what our collage is trying to bring up.
You all read this. These are our viewpoints, and what we feel is that supposing two people are talking in English, I've come to visit you or talk to you or communicate with you. मैं किसी तरीके से भी आप लोगों के साथ मिल के बैठना चाहती हूँ या बात करना चाहती हूँ. You keep talking in English, and I'm trying to tell you also. और चाहे मैं ऐसे नहीं बोलती कि मुझे English
बेचारी, लेकिन मैं केवल हिंदी में ही बात करती हूँ क्योंकि मुझे हिंदी बोलना अच्छा लगता है. But you continue talking in English, you don't bother about it at all. Then we feel this is a kind of a violence because you are inflicting some kind of a mental pain on this person. होता है या नहीं? Yes, ma'am. You feel पता नहीं क्या मेरे बारे में बातें कर रहे होंगे या और भी इस तरह से होता है. Okay, what else? And the one Baba said. Loud and clear. Loud and not so clear. See, loud and clear. Loud and not so clear. That is basically, if you look at our collage, that's exactly what it talks about. You know? It is there. It's there every day in our lives. We are doing it. Yeah. No, it's loud enough. It's just that we don't happen to see it clearly because as yet we are not aware of it. Say we are aware of it because we have studied about it so much. But maybe like up till now you have not looked at it from that point of view. इस पेपर का नाम क्या
The next day, the same point was re-emphasized. The children were asked to prepare a home newspaper depicting the subtler forms of violence in the immediate environment.
Actually, we want to show the male and the female fight. Okay. And that's all. And the politics over there is communism. The cartoon is there, the right side. Okay, this is communism.
I was going to a park and it was so peaceful. And then a group of people came and they were having these 2-in-1s and also loudly blaring out. When we asked them to stop, they wouldn't stop. And they were like polluting the environment, they were disturbing us. Here is about red line buses which we always see on the road, which are like killing lots of people every day, and it's also violence. Here children are even today working in many houses as servants and all. So here is the cruelty that we see on the roads, like the bullock cart drivers. They're just whipping their animals mercilessly, and the animals are not able to take the load, but they're just forcing them to move. So this is a form of cruelty we see every day on the roads.
Is hurting ourselves.
Extremely it is. As long as, I mean, it will not, hurting yourself will hurt your loved ones, it will hurt everybody else. You saw in the Nirmala case, so many people brought that point up that killing herself, so the people who are the victims are people who she loves. So in a way, yeah, it's shown up.
There is cheating violence. Cheating in exams.
Cheating is an extremely violent act, yeah.
So on whom is this violence on?
The violence is on yourself first.